if it's not extraterrestrial, Brother Wesley, then what is it? Well, you can use the language crypto-terrestrial. This is not the language of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's the language of ufology. But if you will indulge me, because I want to speak to ufology, I want to speak to the community of UFO researchers. So I will use the language of ufology because I'm speaking to ufology. Extraterrestrial is not the appropriate categorization or characterization of this phenomenon. Physicist Hal Puthoff, he introduced the language ultra terrestrial, also called crypto terrestrial. What does that mean? Crypto, of course, means hidden, secret. For example, cryptography is the technique of communication where the real information is hidden in codes that the average hearer or reader is incapable of accessing. Cryptography, sending secret communications through unencrypted words. The so-called crypto-terrestrial or ultra-terrestrial hypothesis is closer to the truth that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad revealed, closer than the so-called extraterrestrial hypothesis. The crypto-terrestrial or ultra-terrestrial hypothesis is this. It attributes the UFO phenomenon to an ancient group of earthly people, an ancient group of people who still on our planet, but they exist apart from us. They exist alongside regular earthlings, but they exist in distinct stealth. This group, the crypto-terrestrial hypothesis says, is a human group, but it's an occult group. Occult means possessing supernatural powers. So this so-called crypto-terrestrial or ultra-terrestrial hypothesis of ufology says that this ancient group of human beings that possess supernatural powers, they possess advanced scientific knowledge and high technology. They are responsible for so-called UFOs. This crypto-terrestrial hypothesis says this group, again, we may encounter them, but we wouldn't know it. They exist in stealth. Some iterations of the crypto-terrestrial hypothesis says this group of advanced humans that exist on Earth, but in stealth, that they exist in subterranean communities, not off planet, but in some ways inside the planet, hidden communities inside the Earth. This is what the crypto-terrestrial hypothesis of ufology says. And what I'm saying is that this ufology hypothesis comes much closer to the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter has been given by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And it is with these observations of ufology called crypto-terrestrial hypothesis that better accounts for what's really going on in our skies now. The extraterrestrial hypothesis, we know that it's not only is it a demonstrable hoax, demonstrable because we demonstrated it. But I want to make this point. Not only is the extraterrestrial hypothesis a hoax, it is on observational and logical and mathematical grounds, it is wrong. We know that it is not aliens flying these craft. We know that. There are several lines of evidence that makes it very clear that no extraterrestrials could be flying these craft. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm saying one thing, don't extrapolate and have me saying the next thing. I demonstrate, among other things, two things in this book. One, that the extraterrestrial hypothesis of the UFO phenomenon is bogus. It is not real. It is not true. However, that does not mean, and we are absolutely not saying that extraterrestrial life isn't real. Extraterrestrial life is real. Hear me good. Extraterrestrial life is real. Even though the extraterrestrial hypothesis of the UFO phenomenon is bogus. The two must be kept separate. Now you say, all right, Brother Wesley, you're confusing me. If you are saying that aliens exist, that extraterrestrials do exist, why are you going so hard trying to prove that extraterrestrials or aliens are not flying UFOs? Well, I understand your exasperation, and we will unpack that, inshallah. See, God is in the details, and truth resides in nuance. We have to be capable of thinking nuance, engaging, recognizing, and engaging nuance. So, yes, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who is taught by God, who also happens to be the architect of the mothership that is so captivating the world, the mothership that the Pentagon acknowledged in its report or preliminary draft report when it said that it theorized that a mothership was flying around space, sending out UFOs as probes. That's real. The architect of that mothership that is sending out these UFO probes is Master Fard Muhammad, the teacher of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us, and we accept, that all 9 planets have life on them. Hear us. All 9 planets have life on them, family. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says 7 planets are inhabited. Don't ask me to explain the difference between 9 planets with life on them versus 7 planets that are inhabited. I have a theory, but I don't have the answer. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did distinguish 9 planets have life on them and 7 planets are inhabited. 7 of our planets of our solar system are inhabited. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad specifies Mars and Venus. Mars and Venus as being live planets that contain life that is similar to ourselves. So, according to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, on Mars and on Venus, there is life, and that life is similar to us, black people, on planet Earth. He had a lot to say about the people and the civilization on Mars. And I'm going to read to you what he said because it's so profound, it's very important. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the people on Mars are people that's not exactly like you and me. They are black people, but they're not exactly like you and me. He said they walk on 2 feet like you and me. He said they are taller than we are, and they are skinnier than we are. His teacher, Master Fard Muhammad, knew the language that the people on Mars spoke, and he, Master Fard Muhammad, can communicate with the people and question the people. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that it was our fathers, the black man, the black gods of Earth, that made Mars, the planet Mars, with that people. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that while there is life in all or on all 9 planets, and 7 planets are inhabited, and Venus and Mars are inhabited with a civilization similar or people similar to us on Earth, yet all of them are inferior to civilization on Earth, black civilization on Earth. He said that we can make the people on Mars react to our will, do what we say, but the people on Mars cannot make us react to their will. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says this, and this is very important. He says, listen to the words of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He says, quote, "We have life on other planets, but the white man doesn't. Allah would not let Yaqub scatter the devil over the planets. He couldn't live out there on Mars if you put him on Mars, because the gravitation and the atmosphere that upholds Mars will kill one of us Earth people if we try to live on it. We Earth people cannot live on Mars. The atmosphere will kill us." Listen to what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says. He says, "Even if we took a drink of water, it would kill us. If we ate a piece of its vegetation, it would kill us. You can't live on any other you can't live on any other planet but the one that you are born on or born out of. This one." He says, "God didn't make his universe so that life could be transferred from one planet to the other and survive in the atmosphere of that planet." Listen to the messenger of God. God did not make his universe. God, the black God, put the light, the black God from Earth. Earth was the first planet created in life while it began in space. It developed on Earth, but of course, Earth was not then as it is today. But God developed on Earth, and then he put planets, the black God, the black man who is God. He established 8 other planets in the solar system, and he, the black God from Earth, put life on all 9 of those planets, and 7 are inhabited. Yet, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, God didn't make his universe so that life can be transferred from one planet to the other and survive in the atmosphere of that planet. God designed it such that there is no cross-pollinating that can go on. No life indigenous to a planet can survive in the atmosphere of any other planet. So the thought that these extraterrestrials, while they are real, there is extraterrestrial life out there, and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the first to teach the world the truth of the civilization on Mars before the Viking orbiter sent back the images of the black face on Mars. It was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the 60s or before that was revealing the truth of the black people and civilization on Mars. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the people on Mars were black people. They were like us here on Earth, except he said they were taller and skinnier. In 1983, the CIA and the U.S. Army got the proof that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is absolutely correct. This image you see was produced by a CIA operative depicting what the CIA and the U.S. Army discovered regarding the people on Mars and what they look like. I'm not going to go into it. I detail it in my book. I did not draw this image. This is the CIA operative or asset or employee who, for the CIA and the U.S. Army, produced this depiction of what they found out about the people on Mars. And it absolutely vindicates what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad had been saying in the 60s and 70s. The government was first able to vindicate Muhammad with the 1976 Viking orbiter images, and then NASA was, and then in 1983, the CIA and the U.S. Army got further proof of the correctness of what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. The little man here is a depiction of an earthling. The tall man is a depiction of what the government knows regarding the people on Mars and what they look like. They are black, they are taller and skinnier. exactly as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. So I'm going, the extraterrestrial hypothesis. It's disinformation. It's not disclosure. It's disinformation, government disinformation. Now, all of that is in my book, Chariots of the Black Gods, the UFO Reality and the Alien Hoax. You can get it at drwesley.info, drwesley.info. Now,